I tell you what, let's get up to the Skype wall. Delighted to say Newcastle fan Stu is there with us, looking extremely pleased with himself this afternoon, and who can really blame him? Stu, welcome to the show, mate. Great to have you with us. Well, you know, we're running out of expletives, really, for the size of the job that Newcastle are doing this season.
Oh, it's just another wonderful performance and another wonderful result on a season that's just been great. It doesn't get any better for us after the way things have gone the last few years. It's unbelievable. At the start of the season, we couldn't have thought like this, but 6 games left, and we've got a shot at Champions League.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Stu, what is it feasible, Champions League? I mean, I went to the Arsenal-Newcastle game where obviously you lost in the last minute. And Alan Pardew said in his press conference after the game, no chance, top 4, forget that. Let's just try and get Europa League. Is it feasible? You'd have to win all 7, wouldn't you?
It'll be a tough ask, obviously, for a club like us, but we've just got to take it one game at a time, and we're only 2 points behind third now. They've got a game in hand, but we've got Bolton at home on Monday, which we'd hope to win in our current form, and it's just about closing that gap. We won't be too worried if we don't close the gap, because we're happy with Europa League. But it is feasible, but I wouldn't say it's realistic, really going to happen. No,
I'd say you'd be wishing for too much to suggest that you could, wish your way into the Champions League. But just looking at the tables here, Stu, which you will already have in your head. Tottenham in 4th place have 58 points. Newcastle in 5th place, having played one more game, 32 games, got 56 points. So realistically, that's a sort of 5-point gap. However, below you, Chelsea on 53 points. They've also got a game over you. It's going to be a right old battle that for 5th place, in my view, rather than 4th place. But even 5th place will give you European football.
Yeah, I think we're battling for 5th and 6th, to be honest. But
yeah.
Tottenham's game in hand is away at Sunderland, which is not an easy place to go.
Yeah.
If that gap goes to 2 points, then on Monday we'll be playing with a 2-point gap.
Yeah.
And anything can happen at this point in the season, but for me, I'd be happy with top 6, and it looks like that's going to happen.
Yeah,
and also, Stu, as well, Arsenal are hosting Man City on Sunday. They've got to host Chelsea.
Yeah.
You know, Arsenal have got quite a tough run in.
Yeah.
And obviously in the back of last weekend's defeat.
Yeah.
It would be probably, I mean, the greatest fairy tale, I think, even more than the Kevin Keegan sort of coming second. This would be
I'm not sure about that. I don't think he'll ever replace the Keegan days, to be honest.
No, I mean to come top 4. If they finish top 4 this season, I think, in my view, I think that's an even better achievement, given the resources they've got and how much money they've spent. I mean, they sold Carroll and bought a whole team.
Yeah, oh, they did. You bought a team for about 22 million. I looked at the figures before the Liverpool game. Let me ask you this, Stu. What do the fans up there think about those who disappeared down the A1 with a parting shot about Newcastle being in trouble because you've lost a great player like me? Barton, Enrique, Kevin Nolan.
Well, you should have heard the songs today. I believe it goes along the lines of, we're in the top 5, we're in the top 5. Oh, Jose Enrique, we're in the top 5. So it's their loss. They could have been part of this. I mean, Jose Enrique at the back would have been exceptional for us. Can't really blame Carroll for leaving. It's 35 million, and our hand was forced. But the others forced their way out, and you just see the way things go in Newcastle.
I think it says everything about Pardew, that he realised the sort of characters of people he wanted at the club, and they didn't fit that on or off the pitch. Don't go anywhere, Stu. Delighted to say on the old Skype phone, hot away from the game, we got Jim, Swansea fan, who's with us now. Always very fair-minded. Jim, good evening to you, pal. Hi, Jim. Jim, tell us, was that scoreline a true reflection of the way the game went?
No, I mean, I think at the end of the day, everyone can see that we played. You know, we had a lot of possession. I mean, I think someone's given me a stat that said Swansea had like 1,200 passes, but only 7 were in the Newcastle penalty area. So the reality is, you know, we've been undone by two quality finishes, and that's the difference in the Premier League. I mean, a great striker like that guy, I mean, his second goal was just magical.
Yeah, OK. Stu, obviously you're very pleased. What have you got to say to Jim there about the way Swansea have had a fabulous season as well, right from the start?
It's been a great season for them. They've come up and they haven't lost a step. They've just built and built. They play some brilliant football. Maybe they need a striker, but the way they play, I love to watch the way they play. They just pass it. Maybe a bit more forward passing would be beneficial, but they've had a great season and you can't really discredit them for anything. Brandon Rodgers, I believe, has got a big future at Swansea, and then I hate to say it, further on as well.
Yeah, well, there you go, you see, Jim. That's your big problem. But John, I was going to ask you this. Nice tribute there from Stu, the Newcastle fan. But are Swansea now running out of steam? And will the running out of steam at the end of the season actually be your legacy this season, rather than what you did in the first 2/3 of the season?
No, I mean, I don't think so, Mike. I think we've got a couple of, we've got a big game now against QPR on Wednesday, and we've got Blackburn next weekend. So 2 teams that are going to play for something, and we've got to really push on and make sure we get, a couple of points in a win and maybe a draw in those games. So I mean, I think we're going to keep on pushing on. The Premier League's a tough league. At the end of the day, no one said it was ever going to be easy. So we just got to keep our heads down. We've done well so far, and I'd rather be at 39 points and losing 3 games in a row than I would be at 31 points losing 3 games in a row. So we just got to get up, take it on the chin and get on with it. But
Over to our YouTube channel. Search for Sports Tonight Live on Facebook and like our fan page. Follow Sports Tonight TV on Twitter and tweet us your thoughts and opinions. Sports Tonight Live, it's the platform for the fans.